Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to a new episode of our program for this week. Today we're meeting businessman Mr. Mohammed of Zainab. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how's it going?
It's fine. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
So it's good to mention that Mr. Mohammed is the Region Director of Brain Education Middle East. That's true, right?
So far so good. Yeah.
So first of all, we would like to know who is Mr. Mohammed personally, aside from his job?
Okay. I would say that at least for the region and being contextual, Mohammed is of Lebanese and Palestinian heritage, born in the Gulf and studied abroad, either between the US, Korea, Latin America, and a few other places where I kind of picked up anywhere between degrees in business, psychology, or this embodiment training, which would be brain education, and a few other things. But I would say Mohammed, at heart, is someone who is a seeker of knowledge, of truth, and really self-growth and self-discovery. So what it is I have found and kind of embarked on for myself, I really just want to share with others.
Yeah. And how did you go into this field, brain education?
It starts a long while back. So even before my professional career or life, from a young age of 4, I was always interested in martial arts, and my parents had put me into martial arts for the sake of character, discipline, balance, things of that sort. And when I started with martial arts, I really liked the internal aspect of it. So what it groomed in you in terms of character. Later on, I'd become more interested in the mind, and that's how I kind of got into my bachelor's with psychology.
Great.
And beyond that, I think it was life's experiences where you feel like you've been put down, thrown apart, and things like that. And I wanted to kind of regain a new sense of confidence beyond my, let's say, real world achievements, something that was internal, that was really valuable to me. And that's where brain education came in. It really helped me kind of regain sense of my inner value. And it was not looking back ever since. That's the real short story of it.
Let's now talk about brain education.
Okay.
In details. What is it? Let's tell the audience about it in details, for those who don't know about it.
So brain education is a program. It's a multi-country program available in 32 different countries, 1,500 centers worldwide. It stems and originates from South Korea. What it is in terms of its contents, I would say, is a combination of both Eastern meridian-based practices, which are movement, breath-based, and mind-based. But at the same time, it really infiltrates the discipline of Western neuroscience from a body mapping perspective. We really understand how it is the mind and the brain connects to our body emotionally, really the bridge in between. So it's a program in which you can self-understand, self-discover, and self-grow your intrinsic value and personal needs.
So is it like yoga? I
would say that yoga and brain education have the same ideals. We're all heading to the same place of really finding this sense of self and sense of self amongst others and where we are in this world. But at the same time, I would say the approach, the ideology is a little different. And that's what I think makes us unique. It's not so much the technique, but more the spirit that's behind it, the philosophy. So we never separate technique from philosophy in everything that we do. And I would say that, and this is not something about yoga or sports per se, but brain education would like to focus or help people focus on conscious and conscientious movement. When you really become viscerally and kinesthetically connected to your movement from an internal perspective. What does this movement do towards your suffering when it comes to sadness or happiness or growth? What could you do actually pragmatically to not only prevent but restore your whole health? So whole health is a very big concept in brain education. When you say, how is your health? You don't just ask it from a physical perspective. How is your health emotionally? How is your health mentally, spiritually? All of that. And I think that's what well-being, even from a World Health Organization perspective, is defined as social, physical, mental, and the like.
the ages of people that do brain education?
For the time being, our focus, at least locally here, has to be somewhere between the ages of 19 and 45, even up to 53. But I would say that this is something for everyone.
Yeah.
That would be the mainstream. We do have programs that are dedicated towards kids. So,
yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like,
right.
Can kids do it?
So I think kids, when they do it with adults, they love it. It's so dynamic,
Yeah.
it's so engaging, because everything about it is sensorial. You know, feel this, do this, and while you're doing this, imagine this. And you can imagine how kids can get really engaged with their minds and their bodies simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Parents love to see the kind of learning that happens. When kids kind of get in touch with their somatic sense physically, they learn to express emotions in a new way that isn't just verbally or using linguistics.
Yes.
Right, so this is going past social emotional learning. This is getting a real sense for what you feel inside.
Where do you see health education, brain education, sorry, in the future?
Brain education. I actually see that I wanna be honest, and I feel that brain education is gonna be a major, royal aspect of what it is to be considerate
Yeah.
and effectively active towards anything called whole health.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like this domain where we integrate between places. We're not, to be admittedly honest, we're not the best at, let's say, things of the body. We're not physicians. And we're not the best at things of the mind entirely because we're not neuroscientists. But these aspects of what we study involve these things. But I think what we offer in terms of that best value is the bridge between. Without understanding your body, you really don't understand how the emotions are being affected had this not been a part of that effect. And similarly for the mind, had you not understand your emotions correctly, how your mind interacts with that back and forth, I think that dimensional bridge between these three are what we really call our domain.
Okay. So as you've mentioned that you have been in the golf for like all
Most of my
time.
childhood, actually, before I grew up and through like higher education and professional work and so on outside.
Feeling this safety and security here in UAE, would you like to address the Emirates, the leaders, rulers, and sheikhs a thank you message?
Look, what's happened here is, quite miraculous from a vision perspective. I think anyone who has vision has spirit, because being able to see something that isn't quite there requires a lot of spirit and a lot of vision. And that's exactly what we hope to infuse and imbue in others. We want them to be so alive, to have their dreams awakened again, when they feel so comfortable in their bodies and in their emotions, that this is allowed to really wander into vision, into dreams. So my message to these leaders, these beautiful leaders that have come a long way with their spirit and their vision, is that I want to help create the leaders that support you. I want to help create the leaders that help grow your vision, because if your vision is big and your dream is massive, and it should be, everybody's dream should be bigger than themselves, you need the help to get you there.
Great. Yeah, and to the people who supported you from the beginning of your journey until now, would you like to address them a thank you message?
Thank you so much. Whatever hurt, whatever love you gave me, it was all necessary, because everything that I'd received is exactly what was necessary to bring me to this very point right here. So thank you.
Now, would you please tell the audience how they can communicate with you for any brain education classes?
So easiest would have to be our social pages. All our accounts are on there. So Brain Education ME is the Instagram handle. And through there, you can log in and find out about our international journeys and retreats. We call them BME Journeys. You can find out about our services and programs in Lebanon, in the UAE, and other countries. And you can also contact us directly about things like private sessions when you're looking for something a little bit more tailored, as well as corporates. Corporates love us for harmonizing between teams, internally, externally, as well as helping them reduce their stress from, again, an informational, scientific, and evidence-based standpoint, as well as something practical and fun.
Great. Mr. Mohammed, thank you so much for being with us today. From our team on program, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today with businessman, Mr. Mohammed Abu Zainab, the Region Director of Brain Education Middle East. Hopefully we'll see you in the next episode with a new successful story.